Good evening and welcome to tonight's Invictus F1 Performance League. You join us for the penultimate race of Season 4. You join us for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're going to race at a 3.4 mile circuit or a 5.5 kilometre circuit, whichever one you prefer. We've got 21 challenging turns ahead of us for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and it's all to play for tonight as Betrayer currently leading the championship with a 6 point lead over Fasco and our current Performance League admin, with Nicky slightly behind on 42 points with Core Tactics on 41, also as Delange. But a quick introduction to my teammate as always. Good evening, Mark. How are you this evening, and are you looking forward to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix?
Hi Craig, yeah, I'm very well, thank you. I hope you're okay and well. I am absolutely looking forward to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's just one of those tracks where you just don't know what to expect. You know it's going to be dry. If it rains, something's not right in Abu Dhabi. But I think it's going to be. It's got some good long straights, obviously, but it's got the sector three, which is just perfect around here. But would you, with the track itself, do you like it though?
Yeah, I think it's a very challenging track. As you said, it does have the very long straights that are very trademarkish to a Formula One circuit. But it's the street circuit style that I prefer, the very challenging Sector 3, and also the Turn 3, the flat out, almost blind turning at the top of the hill. It's very challenging. You get it right, you can make up so many tenths. You get it wrong, you're going on the curbs, and you could actually unstabilise the car. You could actually go airborne with the car and end up into the barrier, very similar to Chile Nealand last night in the No Assist League. So that's certainly something to watch for in the cars that are very understeery, such as the Force India and the Williams. So not a straightforward circuit by any means.
But it's still a good challenging track though, to be fair, especially on this track anyway.
Till night time. Certainly, track temperatures will come into play as well, and that's going to play havoc with the tyre strategies. So we could see the majority of the grid opting for the ultra softs initially, and then moving on to the soft tyre as the ambient temperature and track temperature reduces.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, yesterday I tried to do like not do the lap itself and try and go on the soft straight away and try and get them out of the way and try and get into a quicker tyre at the end. But that, for me, that completely failed, backfired completely. So I think, in honesty, in honest terms, I think the ultra soft is more better to get out on quickly and get that advantage going. If they're on super softs, that's still kind of a good idea, but I think the guys will probably do like a two stop around this track.
Yeah, I think you'll see the quicker cars opting for this two stop, whereas drivers in the slower cars, such as McLaren, Sauber, possibly Williams and Haas to an extent, might opt for the one stop strategy. It certainly is possible going for the ultras onto the softs or the super softs onto the soft, but you might actually see drivers risk it for a biscuit, like I did last night, not qualifying, starting either on fresh ultra softs or super softs, and actually going on the ultras or the super softs depending on what tyre you started with. So by not
Yeah,
qualifying, you can actually avoid the soft tyre.
yeah, definitely. I think that's what I should have done last night, to be fair. But as you said, try to go for the risk it for a biscuit, not with a cup of tea yet, but that will be quality to get on the ultras first, and I think that's what you need to do and to get that out of the way. But obviously you've got to get that lap spot on. I think the good time around here is at 36, 37 around here.
Yeah, I think high 37s are certainly achievable. As we just ride on board with Rossi in this Sauber, he's actually opted for the super soft tyre to start with as he just comes round the final few corners, and I do believe he's just about to start his hot lap. So he goes across the start finish line, moves over to the right hand side of the track to open up turn 1, get the car turned in, getting the power down early, and he's looking to go through turn 2 and 3 flat out. He's very neat, he hugs the apex quite successfully there, and coming down to that difficult little chicane at sector 1, it's very neat and tidy, but it does have traffic behind with the McLaren.
Yeah, while you're watching that, Craig, I'll just watch a bit of Sab, who's just come back from, obviously, from the Australian trip as well. I know he's come back a few weeks ago, but he's on the Red Bull car going through the DRS straight now, Craig. He is on the ultra soft tyre in the Red Bull car. So hopefully that will give him wings tonight, hopefully. He's just going up to the end of the first DRS straight, coming up to a few corners now, and he's beautifully taken round here. He's going up to the second DRS straight now.
Yeah, Rossi's just came to the end of the back straight DRS zone 2, and he's actually got Betrayer all over his back. Seems to be Rossi's possibly struggling a little bit. He is going with no traction control tonight and no ABS, but he could disrupt Betrayer's hot run just behind as Giuseppe sets a 1:39.2, and this will be, he moves out the way and allows Betrayer to pass. So it'll be interesting to see how much time Betrayer actually lost just being stuck behind the Sauber. But Rossi didn't actually need to move at all because he was on a hot lap as well. So very considerate there from Rossi.
Yeah, I think he just did not want to cause any incidents or anything like that, but hopefully Betrayer will probably get another lap in as well. While the times are coming in, Sab did a 39.7. Nick's just moved up to third with 1:39.6. Core Tactics in the Toro Rosso.
And McLugby in the Haas, a 1:39 flat, very impressive from McLugby, and he just throws the gauntlet down.
He's saying, well,
So Malk is currently speechless at the moment, everyone. MJ Coupe in the Ferrari just leaps up, and he's the first car to put it in the 1:38s with a 1:38.5. So half a second advantage to McLugby, currently in second with Sir Spud in the Force India and on the Super Softs on a hot lap at the moment, just coming down the main straight, brakes for that tight hairpin left, then that sharp 90-degree right onto the back straight as he goes round that left corner, just approaching the second DRS zone.
While you watch the Craig, watching Nicky now coming onto the last few corners. I'll let you carry on, Craig.
I'm just jumping on board with Nicky as well. And the Toro Rosso allows the car to run wide under power, just to maximising that turn exit. It just comes round the final corner. Where can Nicky put it on track? He's currently down in 14th and he moves up to 8th, so that's a 1:40 dead for Nicky, 1.5 seconds off the pace. Sir Spud just comes through the final few corners, approaches the penultimate corner, allows the car run. No, it doesn't. He actually holds it sharply and decides not to set a lap time.
I don't know if it's because he's got less fuel on his car, and he did bang on the wall when he was caught in with the Spud joining and stuff. But I'm a bit speechless with that lap from MJ Coupe, to be honest, Craig, as you said earlier, because his car, I know there was a bit of time lapse or anything like that, but his car was still moving before the lap was done. So I could see his car coming just before the last few corners, and then his time came up. So I wasn't sure what's going on. So that's why I was a bit speechless.
I'm just riding on board with Nicky at the moment. It looks as if he's still pushing. So Nicky could actually be doing 2 hot laps here on the ultra soft tyre. He's 3/10 off the pace. In comparison to his first attempt, as Fascoen now leaves the pits on the super soft tyre. Fascoen in the Williams car tonight. And he might have a tough time in that Williams through this third sector, the street style sector, with the understeer of that car. Certainly in the challenging turns, it is 16 and 17 where he's currently at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see where Fascoen can put himself on the starting grid in comparison to Betrayer, who's currently down in 9th. Fascoen currently warming up his tyres, just coming through turn 20, approaching turn 21, gets the car turned in early, looking to get the power down. It didn't really maximise the turn exit there, allowing the car to go wide, but he's come back over the right hand side of the track, turns to the left, looks to put the power down up the hill, goes through turn 2, looking to be flat out. Does he lift through turn 3? I don't think he did. So that Williams very well set up in quality trim. Oh, it just kisses the apex at the chicane round the tight left-hander. He's missed the apex and he's really struggling for understeer, sliding the car round that tight hairpin at turn 7.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Craig, but I think the Williams is good on the long straights. But with the corners coming up to the second, ending on the second sector, coming up to the third one in a bit, it's going to be difficult for Fascoen.
Yeah, it does. When you try and turn that Williams in, it tends to disagree with you, and just doesn't want to play ball sometimes. So we've got 2 minutes 30 seconds left of the qualifying. Fascoen has a little bit of traffic ahead of him with a Sauber and a Toro Rosso, and he'll be hoping to get either past the traffic or not be caught up behind them. And that's a Toro Rosso running wide. It's Core Tactics, I believe that was Core Tactics in 4th.
Yes.
Actually runs off at turn 16 and slams into the wall.
That is just bad luck from Core Tactics. We're coming up to see Fascoen coming up to the last corner now. I reckon he'll get a 41.
It's a 40.9, and there's a Sauber spinning in the background. I think that was Rossi. It was Rossi, so possibly lit up the rear tyres at the exit of turn 21. I've actually done that a few times in practice, and it is very easy to light up the rear tyres, losing rear traction and just putting it into the wall. Hasn't received a DNF, and I don't think he's got any time to come round and fit a fresh set of tyres. So it looks as if Rossi, unless unseated by drivers behind, is currently in 12th. Sir Spud yet to set a time, just begins his hot lap. He is on ultra soft tyres and he has slight traffic ahead. They'll be hoping not to be disturbed with the dirty air, certainly in the high speed corners.
Yeah, definitely. I think. Do you reckon Spud will get into the? Do you reckon he'll get?
I think it's possible. I think it's possible to get the top 5 with the straight line speed of Force India. We've got 2 exceptionally long straights between turn 7 and 8 and turn 9 and 11. So it does have a chance.
Yeah, he's doing really well at the minute, Craig. Oh, it looked like he was going to go wide a bit just before. Oh! Oh, Giuseppe! What a lap!
Yeah, not a lot to separate Giuseppe and MJ Coupe in P1 and P2 at the moment, but I believe MJ Coupe is on a hot lap. He's just come across the start fresh line. It's a 1:35. I don't think he improved his timing. I think he'd got across the line mark in time enough to have another attempt. So this will be MJ Coupe's final attempt At retaking pole position, Meg Lugby crosses the start-finish line, receives a checkered flag, will take third. Giuseppe just coming down the main straight, but he's actually lifted off, so Giuseppe not having another attempt.
Spud's moved up to fourth, Craig.
Yeah, so I was right there. He's definitely in the top 5 position, so very impressive from Sir Spud in the Force India as MJ Coop runs down the main straight, approaching that tight left-hander at turn 8. It's great braking there, no lock-up at all. And it looks to be a very clean exit as he approaches the second DRS zone. Puts it to the middle of the track, gradually moving over to the right-hand side, looking to open up turn 11 to go through that tricky chicane section that is 11, 12 and 13.
Craig, I think MJ Coop is up on his time. He has a few tenths off.
Yeah, he's going to have to keep it clean. Oh, and that's very neat into turn 17. Kisses apex perfectly at 18 and 19. Looks to run the car wide. Giuseppe slightly ahead but gets out the way as MJ Coop approaches turn 20. Runs wide perfectly onto turn 21. This is very clean from MJ Coop. And he puts it on pole on a 1:38.1. And I get what you're saying, Mark, because we actually received that time ahead of MJ Coop visually crossing the line, so possibly a desync at the moment.
Yeah, I think we need to watch out for that. Notchgrass just retired in the pits. That's why I was a bit speechless at some of it, because obviously MJ Coop did a fantastic lap, but there is a bit of a desync on MJ Coops, and I think we noticed a little bit of a desync with Nicky as well. But hopefully that will be sorted in the race. Hopefully, so this is quite intense moments here, Craig.
Yeah, we're just, if you notice that we're quiet, it's just because we're preparing for the explosive race that we're anticipating. We've had it all season, and certainly we're not expecting it to change in the second last race of the season. So as the qualifying session comes to an end, MJ Coop takes pole position for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, closely followed by Giuseppe. Not a lot to separate them. Delange will take third. McLugpy in the Haas, very impressive on fourth. Nicky takes fifth in the Toro Rosso. Sir Spud drops from fourth down to sixth in the Force India. Cod Tactics, after crashing, will take seventh. Nick Thompson takes eighth. Mr. Stim ninth. Saab on his return from the Australian Grand Prix is 10th. Betrayer in the McLaren on 11th, followed by championship rival Vascone with Nitrogash, Rossi and Notorious LIP, who didn't set a time. So definitely an interesting approach from Notorious LIP.
Yeah, I reckon he'll go what I did yesterday. He'll probably go for softs, but I reckon he'll go super softs. I reckon. But
he might go super softs or ultra softs, and then just stay on the quicker tyre strategy during the race. It's certainly possible.
It certainly is.
And degradation late on in the race isn't very high, so even if you pit a little bit earlier, those tyres will last to the end of the race.
Yeah. I think it's just you got to get those tyres spot on, but obviously, as you said, with the decoration and stuff, it's just got. Even if you went in early, as you said, it'd be easier for the tyre management and stuff. But I'll be very interested if most people have gone for the one stop, because I know this is a fact as a two stop, because you can get your tyres quick and you can get out of the way quickly. So that's just my opinion anyway.
Well, actually, there isn't too much time difference between the one-stop or the two-stop strategy. I think the one-stop strategy is actually quickest if you go for super soft compared to ultra soft ultra soft, super soft. So the one-stop strategy is certainly kind round here in terms of time, but I don't think track position is too key either, because we've got two great overtaking opportunities with two DRS zones and exceptionally long straights. So we could see some very, very good overtaking, either on the straights or under the heavy braking zones into turn 7 and 8, but also turn 11 into the chicane that is 11, 12 and 13. So a lot of opportunities for opportunistic drivers.
Yeah, I think that there is quite a few opportunities there, Craig, and I reckon we have an explosive battle going on, and we both can't wait for tonight.
Well, it's definitely set up perfectly for a spectacular race, and what is interesting, Mark, no one has opted for the soft tyre. It looks as if there is an issue with MJ Coupe, certainly on my screen. He's actually dropped down to 13th, I believe, with a few drivers making contact with him, so I think this is a desync at the moment with MJ Coupe.
Yeah.
So Giuseppe on screen looks to be leading the pack round turn 7 on that long run down to turn 8. All the top 10 drivers locked into the ultra soft strategy, as that was the tyre that they qualified or set the quickest lap on. Betrayer, Fasco and Nitrogas, Rossi and Notorious out with the top 10 have all opted for the super soft strategy to start with. So they could go for the aggressive one-stop strategy, transferring over to ultra soft round about turn lap 16-17, but they could come in a little bit earlier, as degradation doesn't seem to be too bad late on in the race.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, you might be right there, Craig. I think lap 16 for those tyres, but correct me if I'm wrong, the ultra softs probably last about 6 to 8 laps. So
the ultra softs, if they're fresh, I think you can actually get 12, possibly 13 laps out of them. If you've qualified on them with 3 laps, so an out lap, a hot lap and an in lap, I think you could probably get them to lap 12, 13. But what will be interesting is who's going to go for an undercut? And will we actually see any undercuts?
I hope so, because it makes our jobs heart attack moments tonight. So I don't think we're going to see another random winner, a different winner tonight. I think you're right, Mark. I think this will be the first night that we will actually see a driver taking their second race win. I'll be very surprised if we have a new race winner. We do have 10. It would be great to have 11, but I think that is a very big ask. So all cars are formed up in their grid slots, and we're just waiting for the beginning of the race. We have 5 red lights. Oh, that was a long red light, and we're go. So Giuseppe moves across. It looks to take us through the opening turn, and he's in the leader's yellow flags in sector 1 already. So Giuseppe leads us through with Delange in second, McLugby in third on the run down to the first chicane at the end of sector 1. Oh, come on! We've got Stims going over the inside. Oh, wheel banging. We've got Nicky and Mr. Stim side by side.
Yeah, Mr. Stim just tucks in behind Nicky to get the toe, but he has to watch Rossi and the other side was slightly behind, but Stim's getting a great run. Oh, Nicky in the run to turn 8, he has the inside line. Oh, but Nicky will have the inside line at turn 9. Oh, and Mr. Stim looks to get it ahead, but Nicky's not giving up. Both cars wheel to wheel as they run down to turn 11. And Rossi looks to be getting in this as well. We're going to ride on board with Rossi as Mr. Stim and Nicky and Rossi. Oh, Mr. Stim ran wide. Mr. Stim ran wide and that allowed Stim to move in, but Nicky's been the real loser there. He's dropped 2 positions.
Yeah. Oh, I thought Rossi would have done the double overtake with being 1 corner out. Sorry, 2 corners. That would have been fantastic.
But we've got a great inter-team battle between both Sauber drivers, approaching turn 20 with the pack slightly behind. So Rossi and Stim, all-out war for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Yeah. We have got a desync. Again, just to confirm, guys. Obviously, MJ Coop has in the lead. Oh, Giuseppe just dropped down. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, but the God, Tactics moves up the inside. That's it, McLuckpit turn 7. So even though we're only in lap 2, we've got some great footage for the Invictus Virtual Overtakes page already, and we've had great action 2 laps in, and we've got another 20-60 goes. McLuckpit goes deep in turn 8. Oh God, tried to pounce on that but ran wide at the exit, and that's allowed Saab on his return from the Australian Grand Prix to move up into 4th.
Craig, we have got another battle going on. We've got Pascal and Rossi just come in, and he just went past. But Rossi, Pascal still holding on for 9th. We've got Betrayer, we've got Nick, we've got Notorious for battle for 8th. Pommy should not burp during the commentary. Oh,
yeah.
Betrayer!
It looks as if Nicky's actually overtook Rossi at some point after the turns 11, 12 and 13. Nicky's actually beginning to close down Mr. Stim now. With Rossi really dropped him off. Rossi's actually got Fascone and Betrayer closing in on him.
Oh, Fascone!
Oh, that looks as if Fascone was running wide at the exit of turn 20. Giuseppe comes into the pits. That could be a damaged front wing from contact at sector 1.
Yeah.
Oh God, Tactics runs wide at the exit of turn 3, goes onto the curbs on the left hand side and almost goes airborne.
Oh, Nicky and Mr. Stim battling out for 5th place. Coming up to the first DRS straight.
Yeah, and Rossi's just behind this battle as well. He was really struggling to get the power down at the exit of turn 7. Had a little bit of a tank slap, and that's allowed Nicky and Rossi to shoot ahead going into turn 8. Oh, Nicky goes to the outside line with DRS, but Stim looking to come back on braking. Both cars side by side, but Nicky had the inside line, but it compromised his turn entry. And that's allowed Stim to move back up to 5th, but Nicky has DRS going round the outside. Oh, who can get their nose ahead into turn 11? Oh, nobody can actually take advantage of it. Stim. Oh, Stim and Nicky still side by side. Rossi all over the back of this as well.
Oh, we've got the Mr. Stim train.
And you've also got Betrayer and Fascone as Nicky runs wide just before that double fast right-hander.
Oh my God, Craig.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car battle from 6th down, and it's Mr. Stim leading the way.
Oh, choo-choo! Come on! Oh, this is great! Oh my God, this is unbelievable! Oh. Alright, who's going to get 6, Craig? Forget first, who's going to get 6?
Oh, I've got absolutely no idea, and that's what makes it so fun. But somebody ran wide at turn 1. Oh, Nicky going across the curbs, carrying too much pace and understeer at the exit of turn 3. But what's vital for the championship, Malk, is Betrayer is actually leading Fascone by 2 positions. Betrayer is in the points while Fascone isn't. So Betrayer doing exactly what he needs to do at this stage in the race.
He's doing everything he can. We've got Nicky and Stim.
Yeah, the battle continues for 5th and 6th between Stim and Nicky. Oh, this could be a race-long battle, but Rossi just trying to capitalise on any mistake by Stim and Nicky ahead, and Betrayer just looking to sneak on the inside. Betrayer just moving up the inside. Can he get ahead? Going into the right-hander, and he does. So, Rossi just clips the curb. A little bit of a oversteer at the exit. Nick Thompson and the Renault over the back of Rossi as well in P8.
Oh my God, Craig. We do this more often, don't we, to watch the best commentary, the best races ever. It's just absolutely intense moments here. As you said, Craig, I think in the table situation, 3 points, this will make Betrayer 52 points.
Yeah, he should have an 8-point lead going into the Silverstone race next week. So a very comfortable lead going into the final race. Doesn't put yourself out of touch. And Nicky just clips the back of Mr. Stim's car as we exit turn 4 coming down the chicane. Nicky just trying to get as close as possible to that Sauber ahead. Can Nicky maximise DRS running down to turn 8 and finally getting that past to sticking Mr. Stim and taking 6th from him?
We'll find out.
Mr. Stim takes the inside line. He's going to defend inside, forcing Nicky to come round the outside again. Will we see Nicky do the cutback? He does try it, but Stim has him covered off.
But while they're doing the battle, Betrayers just come back, just say, well, I won this battle. I want more places, sunshine, that's it.
Yeah, Betrayer he doesn't have to risk anything. He's going to have to be really careful, because if he gets too involved with the battle ahead, there is possibility of losing his front wing. And that plays right into the hands of Vascone behind, who's now in the points, up to 10th. So Betrayer just needs to play the long game here. Just needs to outscore Vascone at this point of the season.
Yeah, Rossi nearly lost his car. I just saw another glimpse of the back of the track.
And Saab's currently chasing down Meg Lugby as we come through turn 3 on that run down to the hill at the chicane at the end of sector 1.
Nick LJ Johnson just went wide then. I don't know what happened, but
Nicky looking to go round the inside. Mr. Stim just has him covered off again. So Nicky just can't find a way past that Sauber at the moment.
He can't. Nick's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But will Nicky get past him now?
Well, Nicky's looking to go for the inside line now to control the corner at turn 8. So trying to force Mr. Stim to go round the outside. Mr. Stim just cuts it off. Nicky misses his breaking point, just slams it in the side of the Sauber. And Betrayer just jumps on top of that and says, thank you very much.
That is a great move from Betrayer. He was waiting to say,
Yeah, Nicky tried to get it done under braking, but he locked the brakes up and just went into the side of Stim. And that cost him time and, of course, position, as Betrayer just jumped up and took P6. And it's a very strong position for Betrayer. On the super soft tyres, he can go longer than Stim ahead and then switch on to the options. Nicky's on the slide at the exit of turn 13, I believe that was, turn 17. So Nicky spins it at the exit of turn 17. And I think that's possibly... I thought it was a DNF. It's not. It's just yellow flags. And turn 3.
He has retired, Craig. He has retired on the track itself. But we've got Nigel Gash closing in on Nick LJ Thompson, while Betrayer's closing in on Mr. Stim. But MJ Coob is still in the lead, I believe. but we'll have to find out with the timings and stuff to see if that is correct or not. But at the minute, the Lange is doing an epic race at the minute.
Yeah, and Core Tactics is trying to rein in Saab as well for P4. Core Tactics still in a chance for the championship win as well. He's just a bit more behind Betrayer than Fast Going. Betrayer tried to slide up the inside at the exit of turn 8 going into turn 9, but Stim just cut across and held him off. So Betrayer trying a little sneaky move there, and it just didn't quite come off for him.
Yeah, while you're watching that, Craig, I just saw a good overtake from Giuseppe. I know he had the DRS, but he had a good overtake past Nigel Gash. So, be interesting to see how these guys can capitalise. So, just watching Betrayer now, still catching up on Mr. Stim.
Yeah, but again, Betrayer doesn't have to overtake Stim. He just has to wait till Stim pits, and it looks as if Stim is coming into the pits, so that allows Betrayer to move into clear air, and he will have a 15-second gap, I believe, 16-second gap to Core Tactics. So clear air for Betrayer at this point in the race.
That I think it's 22, isn't it, or 25 seconds?
23, 24, I believe. Giuseppe all over the back of Nick Thompson. Nick Thompson runs wide at the exit of turn 3, and Giuseppe just powers down. Giuseppe on fresh softs in comparison to Nick Thompson's older ultras. So Giuseppe getting that move done at the exit of turn 3 and the run down the hill to the chicane at 5 and 6.
Notorious has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Core Tactics is the closest one as well to Saab. Saab's doing really well, Craig. He's in 4th place at the minute with the Red Bull car. So, got Core Tactics coming up to, I believe, I think it's 16, yeah? Coming to turn 17 where Nicky lost his car here. So just finding out if...
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if Core Tactics will go for the undercut of Saab. If he can't get the move done, he's very aware that Betrayer, his championship competitor, is behind. As we speak, Saab does go into the pits, so Cobb won't be able to do the undercut on the Red Bull driver. But Core Tactics will be very aware that Betrayer is 17 seconds behind on the super soft tyre, so it means he will be behind Betrayer when he comes out of the pits. The question is how much behind, and can he make that time up as he transfers over to the soft tyre?
It's going to be very interesting, I think. I don't know what to say, Craig, because it's just very intense moments here. But we've got Fasco, we've got Giuseppe and Saab, so there'll be the Saab train. Oh, Giuseppe! No! Oh, come on! Oh, I thought you were going for the outside then, and then cut back for the inside. That would have been a fantastic move.
This is vital for Fasco. He really needs to hold on to these positions because it is vital for championship points.
Yeah, I think... Will he hold on for top 7, Craig, or do you think he will be probably lower?
I think it will be a very hard ask. He's just going to have to defend very well in the long DRS sections of the racetrack. Both cars have got Mercedes power units, of course, with us going on slightly older super softs. Looks like Giuseppe got the move done up the inside at turn 11. So Giuseppe moves up to P7, so Fascoen unable to defend on old super softs.
No. We've got Saab and Betrayer battling out for 5th place, Craig.
And you've got Nick Thompson closing down Sir Spud for P9 as well.
The top 4 have pitted. Craig. But, oh my God, Saab's closing in on Betrayer. coming up to the first corner.
Yes, I'm having a little look up the inside of turn 1. Looks as if he's got the better exit coming out of turn 1 up to turn 2 and 3. Getting caught up a little bit of dirty air. Betrayer runs wide, and that's allowed Saab to move up the inside and then take P3 as we come through the chicane. So that's Saab on fresh ultras. After the pit stop gets it done.
Delange is closing on MJQ, but I don't think that's the right time for it. I don't know what to say on that situation, but that was a great move from Delange.
Yeah, and it looks as, just looking at the tyre strategy for MJ Coupe, it looks as if he's going to have to pit again, whereas Delange could go to the end of the race.
Yeah, I think Delange would go to the end of the race because of the soft tyre. I think it would last 24, I think. Yeah,
certainly at this stage of the race, Malk, you can definitely take that to the end. But we're certainly having real issues of desync here.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what to say on this, Craig. Oh, yeah.
I think Giuseppe just ran into the back of McLugby and damaged the right-hand side of the front wing, and that's a disaster for Giuseppe on the soft tyre, looking to go to the end.
Oh, this is intense.
Core Tactics gets the better exit out of turn 21, but just can't get any closer to Giuseppe because of the Mercedes power unit. But Core Tactics just has to tuck in behind, keep it clean through turn 2 and 3, and stay close to get the DRS. But he's not waiting, he's getting the move done right out the exit turn 3, coming down the chicane, and he gets ahead of Giuseppe. So I certainly think certainly front wing damage from Giuseppe came into play there. Giuseppe would have had to have lifted there because of front wing damage.
Yeah, and also Craig, we got Saab Delange and the DRS straight. Oh, come on, Saab! Oh, what a move!
And so Spud looking to make a move in Fascone into turn 8. But Fascone too far ahead there, so Sir Spud currently behind Fascone, but he'll get a second attempt along the back straight into turn 8. Turn 11.
Don't worry, Craig. We'll just say any turn numbers here tonight. Don't worry. Just still watching Spud closing on Fascone now. But I might go back to the McLugby train because we've got McLugby, Betrayer, Core. Will he have the cause light tonight? Will he have the tactic to get to 4th place to beat Betrayer? We'll find out in the next few laps.
But the big question, Malk, is when Betrayer pits, where is he going to come out on track? Who's he going to be behind? Fascone currently in the super soft tyres looks to be looks to need another pit stop. Core Tactics, a championship contender on the soft tyre, looking to go to the end, currently in 6th and 2/10 it looks like behind Betrayer. Core Tactics looks to get the move done out of turn 3, goes round the outside and the exit, the entry turn 5. Core Tactics throws it up the inside at turn 6, but it's a tight turn 7. And the question's going to be, who has DRS, Betrayer or Core Tactics? And I think it's Betrayer. So Betrayer will have DRS looking to make a run down to turn 8. But Core Tactics has the better straight line speed, I believe. And Core Tactics looking to open up the gap. Betrayer yet to pit, of course. And coming under pressure from Giuseppe, who's 0.6 seconds behind.
Yeah, I think... Giuseppe closing in on Betrayer. But I think it depends on how Betrayer can hold on to those super softs.
Well, if Betrayer's looking to cross over to the Ultras, he's got 4 more laps on the supers. So he just has to hold on a little bit longer and he'll be on the quicker tyre strategy later on in the race.
Yeah, I think with Betrayer's experience, I think he will hold on for a few more laps. I'll be very surprised if he pits now.
And Giuseppe, not only is he struggling with dirty air, he's really struggling with that damaged front wing as well. Runs wide at the exit of turn 20, and he won't be able to put the power down as much going through the fast right-hander that is turn 3.
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't want to drift. Is that? Oh, he's going wide there. But this is intense moments here. I think he'll be gutted because I reckon he would have had a good challenge on Betrayer, possibly Core for 4th, I think. But now he's losing a little bit of time, which now brings Spud, the other Force India car, to bring into play tonight, Craig.
Yeah, and Spud being on the ultra soft tyre, and I don't think Spud's got any damage. So Spud should be able to challenge the other Force India driver that is Giuseppe within the next lap or two. So Spud will be able to close down on Giuseppe at an alarming rate.
Yeah, and also you got Fascone and Nick LJ Thompson battling out for 12 and 13 respectively. Giuseppe's got another 3-second time penalty, Craig, and another 3 seconds. So that he's got 6 in total from based on what I've seen.
And drivers are going to have to be aware of this. In last night's practice, Sir Spud did accumulate 21 seconds of penalties, which would have resulted in a disqualification from official races. So drivers are going to have to be very aware of track limits and extensions.
Just a bit,
and Giuseppe certainly accumulated 6 seconds of penalties so far.
And I think Giuseppe I reckon he'll need to pit just to try and get that back up, because he can't catch up. I'll be very surprised if he does catch up quickly, but...
Yeah, big lift from Giuseppe at turn 3 and still nearly runs wide, so he's losing out a load of time going through turn 3. And because Betrayer's tyres are starting to hit the cliff, he's certainly able to catch Betrayer, but Sir Spud is also able to catch Giuseppe ahead.
This will be a good battle. Oh, we've got Pascal and Nick.
Oh, Giuseppe goes round the outside of Betrayer and run down to turn 8. So Giuseppe gets it done under braking and DRS assistance, but Betrayer all over the gearbox of Giuseppe looks to go round the outside. I don't think he's close enough to come round, but Giuseppe has it covered off. And Sir Spud all over the back of Betrayer.
Oh, Nick LJ Thompson's closing in on Vasco on the DRS straight now. While you're watching that, Craig, I'm just going to see if Vasco holds on for 12, but Nick should have the DRS. Yes, he has got the DRS.
We could see the Sauber battle round 2 as Rossi and Stim are within half a second of each other, just coming round turns 19. So Rossi does have the lead in P9 at the moment with Mr. Stim on the super softs, as compared to Rossi on the ultras. So it could be round 2.
Here we go. Oh my god! The 2 Saubers closed! It looked like...
Yeah, Stim looks to go round the outside of turn 2, backs out of it. Thinks better of it to avoid a contact. Will he make a dive? Oh, looks as if it's a bad side move into turn 5. But Rossi defends well on the soft tyre. Oh, Stim looks to come down inside at turn 7. There's a bite of wheels. Both Saubers are going to have a drag race down towards turn 8.
Oh my god. Oh, Steve's got the DRS.
Yeah, and Stim's on the inside as well, and Stim notorious for braking very well into turn 8. He moves across the right hand side, opening up the turn into turn 8, and he gets it moved on. Oh, Rossi's put it on the curb and he's lost out the traction at the exit. So Rossi just lights up the rear tyres again. and loses out.
Yeah, he loses out there, Craig. But while you was watching that, I just saw Spud overtook Betrayer.
Sorry to interrupt you
So,
there, Mal, but Nick Thompson coming round the inside the Nitro Gas on the run down to turn 11 in the back, straight up DRS. Nick Thompson looks to get it done on the inside. Oh, there's a bang of wheels. Nitro Gas moves through into turn 12 and 13. So Nitro Gas defending well, although there was contact between the Williams and the Renault.
yeah. Oh, this is intense. Well, Spud has pitted.
Yeah, I'm
Spud
expecting Spud to possibly stay on the Ultras. No, it doesn't. It looks as if he's going on the Supers.
I think he's trying to play it safe there, Craig.
Yeah,
But
trying to avoid a puncture. But Nick Thompson's still all over the back of Nitro Gas. But it looks as if Fast Score is starting to close down as well.
Yeah, I think he is, yeah. Oh my god. We have a 3. Oh, Notorious has DNF'd. And Nick LJ Johnson's got a 3-second time penalty. So this is going to be very, very intense moments here, Craig. But Spud did come out just in front of Nitro Gas. So that was complete. That was you couldn't say absolute spot on vital there. If he didn't get that, it would have been scored. Oh, Nick!
Yeah, Nick tries to go round the outside at turn 8, but Nitro Gas definitely getting the better straight line speed.
Oh, will Nick do it?
He's certainly gotten a good run, but Nitro Gas goes defensive. Does a little squeeze, but Nick will have inside the line. Oh, they're fighting for position.
Oh.
Amazing how there was no contact between Renault and Williams. Oh, Nick Thompson runs a bit wide. That allows Fast Going. Fast Going looking to come round outside. Nick Thompson just covers him off.
He's saying, well, no, Sunshine, you're going to have to earn your 5 foot 12th here, mate. That's what he needs to do. But Nick LJ Johnson just does not want a Williams sandwich, but at the minute, he has got a Williams sandwich. So this is going to be intense. Oh, Nick! Daniel hit Nitro then. But Betrayer's pitted.
Yeah, that was a planned time for his pit stop. So it's around about 16-17 for that crossover to ultra soft tyres.
Betrayer's come up with a battle between Nick and Nitro.
Yeah, he won't want to get caught up in this battle too long. He needs to get past both Nick Thompson and Nitro Gas, and if he gets held up, it's going to compromise his ultra soft tyre strategy.
Oh, Nitro's going on the inside now.
Yeah, Nitro Gas, you're right there, Mark. Nitro Gas covers inside. Oh, Nick Thompson gets it done under DRS conditions, but Betrayer tries to sneak up the inside.
Yeah,
Mark, your thoughts on this race so far, Mark?
Absolutely unbelievable, Craig. Unbelievable. Oh, we need more. More Nitro. Oh my god, that really close into Nick. Then MGQ's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Yeah, and Tactics chasing down McLugby still can't find a way past and take that final podium slot.
Betrayer does not need this battle going on. It might damage his tyres later
in
the race.
It's going to compromise that strategy that he's chosen. And certainly with Fast Going right behind, he can't afford to be involved in traffic.
He can't, Craig, he can't. Giuseppe and Rossi have pitted. Yeah, I thought they would have come out at the same time as Pascali and Betrayer, Betrayer and Nitro Gas. But Nitro Gas is pulling away slowly now. But Core. Oh, come on. Oh, this is. They're coming up to the chicane now. Oh, he's trying everything he can, Cole.
Yeah, just can't get past that Haas in second. So core tactics, he's moved up to third now that drivers ahead have made pit stops, but he just cannot find a way past that Haas.
Oh, what a move from Betrayer! Oh, fair play. He was going the outside of the first.
Yeah, but Nitrogas is attacking at pace. Nitrogas has a DRS. Betrayer has to go defensive. Oh, I think there was a slight contact there between Nitro and the back of Betrayer. Seemed to lose a little bit of control. So that was vital that Betrayer got past Nitrogas.
Yeah, just need that as quick as possible. But I just saw Cole make Lugby just close then. But don't get me wrong, Craig. Meg Lugby has done a fantastic race. And he has improved every race that's been going on so far this season, and it doesn't surprise me he's doing well in third at the minute, Craig.
Yeah, core tactics should have DRS. The question is, can he close down Meg Lugby to make a move into turn 8? It doesn't look as if he's get close enough, but core tactics, if he can get a good exit, I don't think he did. It looked as if he just rode the curb too hard there, but he's all over the gearbox of Meg Lugby. Will he go the inside or the outside? He goes inside. He's going to have to get it done under braking. Yeah, he's certainly staying conservative at this point in the race.
He's trying everything to hold on there, Craig.
Yeah, I wonder if we might see a little bit later on in the race core tactics being a little bit more adventurous. So Meg Lugby defending very well at the moment.
Yeah, he's done very well here, Meg Lugby. I'm going to go back to Giuseppe and Nitrogas Spal. Second DRS straight here, Craig. But both Mercedes power cars. Oh!
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for it there, Mark. Just listen to your reaction.
It was just like banzai. Oh, but yes! Oh, come on! Oh, side by side. Oh, nearly.
Oh, and he couldn't get the brakes on hard enough. I thought he was going to get back into the Williams. He's literally all over the back of Nitrogas. He's that close he could scrape off the livery paint.
Oh, this is... Oh, Giuseppe's got another 3 seconds. But Nitrogas just pitted again for another tyres. Stim, this is coming out of the pits, so he might clash with Giuseppe.
Yeah, and Stim opting for the ultras at the end, so Stim's going to be reasonably quick. He's going to come out behind Betrayer, but he's going to have Giuseppe all over the back of him as well.
Yeah, just still watching Cole Meg Lugby battle here, Craig. Cole will be thinking,
he'll be thinking, what exactly? That's exactly what he's going to be thinking. What do I do to get past this Haas?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just checking on the stats here. I'm just checking. Will Cole? I reckon he'll have his calls like tonight, Craig. That'll be it for the drinks.
Stim on the back straight, looking to have a go and Betrayer DRS open, just not close enough. But Stim on the fresher ultras can get the better exit from the turns. Oh, could he go on the inside of the double right-hander? Oh, they're wheel to wheel as they come through turn. Oh, I don't even know.
I'm sorry. I've never seen you in a high-pitched voice.
Oh,
just now.
How the McLaren in this Sauber didn't make contact round that double right-hander at turns 15 and 16. Oh, it's beyond me. Amazing driving from both Betrayer and Stim. But Betrayer possibly feeling the pressure at the moment, and as we were talking about that, Core Tactics has moved up to third, so Core Tactics gets the move done. Oh, Stim goes down the inside at turn 5, gets it done under braking. But Betrayer coming under pressure from Giuseppe in the Force India.
I think Betrayer's pitted lap 16, 15?
Betrayer actually
be
pitted
alright.
lap 17. Certainly they will be fresh, but Stim on very fresh ultras, certainly taking the advantage at this point in the race.
Oh, it looked like Giuseppe nearly lost his car then, nearly. But Betrayer should have DRS, yes, but this may bring I can't say it, Giuseppe brought in. I was doing like the Arkwright moment, like pick up a penguin, pick up a penguin with a Giuseppe on that one. And I don't know what I'm saying next. I'm going mad on this, but Rossi comes in on fast going now.
Yeah, Mr. Stim starting to open up the gap to Betrayer. The gap, 0.8 of a second, but Giuseppe all over the back with a new front wing and super soft tyres. So Betrayer under pressure from Giuseppe at this point in the race with his main title challenger behind by 5 seconds. But Giuseppe does have a collection of penalties.
Yeah, I think... Oh, this is going to be intense moments, Craig.
And Mr. Stim looking to put pressure on Nick Thompson coming through turn 3.
Oh, we have got 3 car wide battles here, Craig. Oh, Giuseppe!
Yeah,
No.
Giuseppe trying to get that force in there to turn in. That's a great entry into turn 7, but Betrayer started to open up the gap as Mr. Stim is he's trying to chase down Nick Thompson in the run down to turn 8. Tries to go to the inside under braking. Certainly seems to be that's Mr. Stim's favourite tool of the night, getting it done under braking, but he's just too far behind at the moment compared to Nick Thompson.
Yeah, I agree with that, Craig, but he might be closing in. He's having a look at the inside.
Oh, he is having a think about it. We've got 5 laps remaining of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Mr. Stim collects a 3-second time penalty. So very, very eager to get past Nick Thompson. We know that he tried it in Betrayer through the fast double right-hander opts against it. This time against Nick Thompson.
Oh, there's a few battles. Oh my God.
So Giuseppe's still unable to find a way past Betrayer. Puts his nose on the outside, looking to get the better exit. He tried to go around the outside at turn 20, but Betrayer just allowed his car to come across and defend the line.
Yeah, I think that was just close battles there.
But we've got action at the front of the grid as well. We've got Saab chasing down McLugby the gap, 0.4 of a second. Saab on the super soft tyres compared to McLugby's soft. Oh, we're coming through turn 9 and 10. DRS will be available to Saab. It just tries to have a little look out the outside, breaking the toe. But can he get it done under braking? I think he's too far back. Oh, he's having a look on the inside. Oh, he's got it done under braking, but the cars are still wheel to wheel coming through the chicane. No driver giving any room whatsoever, but Saab gets it done.
That is fantastic.
Definitely one for the virtual overtakes page, that Malk.
Oh my God, we've got Steve and Nick for 7th place at the minute.
Yeah, Stim did think about doing it under braking on the inside. Well, he threw it down inside, it doesn't. There's a slight bit of contact between the nose of the Sauber and the rear of the Renault.
Rossi has retired from track. Retired DNF.
Yeah, I think he's put it into the wall, Malk.
No. Oh, Steve! It saw the inside of Nick Thompson. Giuseppe's got another 3-second time penalty, Craig.
Yeah, I think he's getting close to the disqualification window. So Stim trying everything he can to get past Nick Thompson.
He's trying everything he can.
Yeah, he's just having he's positioning his cars in the wing mirror of the Renault and going, yoo-hoo, I'm here, I won't buy you. But Nick Thompson just having none of it. Nick Thompson runs wide the exit turn 3 while Stim trying under the brake, and in turn 5 he's too far behind. So Stim trying to get his under the brake. Oh, the dive. He gets in the bad's eye move. Up the inside of turn 7. The Renault and the Sauber are going to have a drag race down towards turn 8. And it looks as if the Sauber has DRS, but Nick Thompson's getting great straight line speed. Mr. Stim will certainly control the inside line at turn 8. And it looks as if Stim has actually got his move to stick. But Nick Thompson trying to do the cutback.
Oh, what a move from Stim. But while you're watching that, Craig, there was a battle for Giuseppe and Betrayal. Giuseppe, oh no way, he went through and it was just like, yes, beauty. Oh, Nick's gone the chicane.
Yeah, I think Nick was trying for the cutback, but Mr. Stim just covered it off. I think he was very aware of what Nick Thompson was going to do. And it looks as if Mr. Stim's starting to open up the gap up with those fresher tyres.
Is indeed.
But at the front, Malk, Saab is beginning to close down Core Tactics for second place. The gap 0.8 of a second as we come round the hairpin at turn 7. On the run down to turn 8, Saab should have DRS.
Yes, he has. I was about to say now then. Meg!
Yeah, Saab unable to close down Core Tactics at the moment, but he'll get a second bite at the cherry. On the back straight, he'll have DRS open again. Can he get ever closer to Core Tactics? The gap now 0.7 of a second with 3 laps remaining.
Okay, here's a point, Craig. Do you reckon Saab will get Core within the next few laps? Or do you think
I think it's very possible. Saab on the super soft tyres compared to Core Tactics on the soft, and Saab in the quicker car. It's certainly possible, and that would be a great way for Saab to return after a short absence to get P2.
I know he came back. I think it was last week or the week before. I think, but it's just a way of saying, well, it'd give him a bit of a bigger boost to his chances of moving up the table in the Performance Championship League. So it's just absolute. Our throat's so speechless now, Craig. To be honest, we've got Giuseppe closing on Nick.
Yeah, Saab started to drift a little bit wide on the exit of turn 3, manages to rein the car in a little bit more. He was still able to stay flat out though, but he's starting to rein Core Tactics in even more. But looking at the start off the line at the exit of turn 7, Core Tactics seems to get a bit better traction.
Yeah, Giuseppe went into the first corner. I think Nick gave up on that first corner.
Oh, Saab throws it down the inside at turn 8. Oh, it's really well going round turn 9. And it's a drag race between the Toro Rosso and the Red Bull.
Of course, got the DRS.
Yeah, Core Tactics left the door wide open the inside of turn 8, and Saab just walked through it. Core Tactics, he runs off. Core Tactics runs off, goes through the chicane, and there'll be questions whether he gained an advantage through that. Saab will certainly be questioning it as Core Tactics does lift off and gives the position to Saab. So great sportsmanship there from Core Tactics.
Fair play. Oh my God. Delange, we haven't talked about him all race, Craig.
No, he's just got on with his business and he's leading this race, Malk. So fantastic from Delange again. In a very underpowered car in the Renault, he's just got on with it as he begins the penultimate lap of the race. But Saab isn't too far behind. Saab's 2.7 seconds behind. He's on the quicker tyre. He's just took a tenth out of him through 2 tenths out of 1 turn. Can Saab catch Delange? Answers answers in the
Yes.
stream, please?
Yes. I reckon he will. But he has to do it spot on. He has to get the perfect lap. As in
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Mark. He's going to have to drive the wheels off that Red Bull.
He probably definitely had some Red Bull wings before we had the start of that one, Craig.
So he's actually took half a second out of Delange on half a lap. So the gap now down to about 2.2, 2.3 seconds. Mike doesn't feel that Saab can catch Delange. So Mike thinking Delange has this in the bag.
It's going to be intense moments here because he's got to get the lap in. He's got to do a proper pole.
Yeah, it's going to have to be quali laps from Saab if he's got any chance of catching Delange.
But it is tough because he just dropped down another 3/10. Nitrogas has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Saab is 1. It was said it was 1.6 then. It says 2.7 now.
Yeah, the gap's 1.6. He's within touching distance. Saab could smell that victory ahead of the exhaust that is the Renault of Delange as we come round turn 3 of the final race of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Does Delange have a safe enough gap to secure race victory, or can Saab drive the wheels off the Red Bull? Oh, it looks as if he's pushing. He's certainly pushing that Red Bull beyond the limitations.
He is pushing like a madman here, Craig, but
I think Delange has it. I think Delange has got it. It's all going to come down to who gets the better exit out of turn 9.
And it's Saab.
Yeah, the gap's still 1.5 seconds, and sector 3 is certainly tough to overtake.
Yeah, 1.6, 1.7. I would have said probably a few more laps. I think Saab would have done it, to be fair. But
yeah, but you can't take anything away from Delange. An absolutely fantastic drive as we just come round the final few corners, coming round turn 18 and 19, that double left-hander underneath the hotel. 17, 18 I believe that was, 19 the little kink, round to the right hand turn 20, on to the final turn of the race. The gap was 0.6 of a second, so Saab did do well to close down, but we do have the race winner, and it is Delange, with Saab finishing second, and I believe MJ Coupe will take third in the Ferrari, with Cotactic securing fourth. McLugby will come round and take fifth, and Sir Spud in the Force India should take sixth, with Mr. Stim, another fantastic drive from him, should take seventh in the Sauber.
Mr. Stim did very well tonight with the Sauber car in 7th place. That was a fantastic result for him as well.
Yeah, another great drive from Mr. Stim. But what it looks as if after penalties, Betrayer moved from 10th up to 8th, so we will wait for the final classifications to come through from for the race results. So we will wait for the top 3 drivers to come on to the podium. Quick thank you to everyone who joined us for tonight's race, and certainly thank you as always for your comments, as the Renault driver Delange will take the top podium step and will take another race victory. I believe that's the first driver to secure the second race victory of the season, so we didn't get 11 different race winners yet. But thank you to everybody that joined us. A big thank you to Mark, and we hope that you join us for the British Grand Prix, the home of British motorsport, next week. So the final classifications are: Delange takes race victory, Saab takes second, MJ Coupe after securing pole will drop to third, Toro Rosso of Cotactics takes fourth, McLugby in fifth, So Spud moves up to 6th, Mr. Stim 7th, Betrayer 8th, Fascone 9th, Giuseppe 10th, Nick Thompson 11th, Nitro Gash is 12th, and Rossi finishes 13th for the DNF. And Notorious and can't remember.
We've lost the plot.
Yeah, we have. It's been a very, very busy session, and I think it was Nicky. It was Nicky and the other Toro Rosso, and that's who we lost late on in the race. Oh, I need a breather after that race. What a fantastic race from start to finish. Just unfortunate we did experience a bit of desync with MJ Coop, and certainly that will be looked into ahead of next week's final race of the season. Thank you for everybody for their comments. We hope you enjoyed tonight's race as much as we enjoyed commentating on it. Apologies for the high pitched voice from myself and Malk and some things that were understandable, but certainly we enjoy the race as much as you do as well. So big thank you to everyone for joining us. Big thank you again to Malk. As always, your final comments for tonight's race.
Just the first one. Thank you, Craig, for the thank you for that. Our voices are gone after that, but it's just absolutely epic and fantastic battles, and fair play to Delange. He just took the win. He's just done his job, let everyone else battle, and he's just took it with ease. There was a few, like the Sauber battle, and there was so many battles we just could not even decide which one to pick, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And it's just been another epic battle with the Performance League, and keep that up.
And we've also got an announcement, I believe, Malk, to make ahead of next week, that myself and Malk will be commentating on the Formula Europe Championships. So we hope that you can join us for that, as well as next week's races, which is the final races of the season. It's been a great season so far, and we hope to round it off with a bang next week.
Definitely. Cheers for that, guys. See you all later.